All right, chip of the day. The chip of the day is a PCA EP8206. An interesting part. I'm not sure how often they're used these days. They were used quite a bit back in the olden days of dynamic memory and stuff and microprocessor designs and things. What is such a strange piece? Let's take a look at the data sheet here. All right, it is a 14-pin DIP, 5-tap, low-profile TTL compatible active delay line. It's an active delay line, so you can sort of see it down here in this block diagram. There's an input, and there's a bunch of LC circuits that delay the pulse, and then they come out at different various times. Now, the one that we have is the 06, which is, there's taps at 60 nanoseconds, 120 nanoseconds, 180, and 240. And so we'll be able to take a look at those in my little circuit that I have here. Now, the interesting thing about the package is that there's only some of the pins. So it doesn't have all 14 pins. It only has some of the 14 pins. So that's kind of fun. Here's the pinout down here. All right, let's hook this thing up. It's a 5-volt part TTL. So yeah, let's get it going. All right, I have a little oscillator here. It's a 1.8 megahertz oscillator, and we'll use that to run into the delay line. So right now, this is our clock. This is our it's actually 1.8432 megahertz, and there we go. Have a nice clock there, and we have the B channel set up so we can take a look at things. So let's hook it up to the first tap, which is pin 12. Let's see. So here's pin 12. So you can see that we get a copy of this only delayed, okay? And we can take a look at that delay there. Oh, let's go ahead and use our measurement capability. We'll do measurement, add. There's a delay from the 2 rising edge to the 1 rising edge. So that's good. Sort of want them the other way around. Let's do channel 1 to channel 2. Let's do it that way. There we go. So we'll get a delay between channel 1 and channel 2. That looks good. And we will turn on the indicator. Did I just do something? I just did something. I did not add it. Let's see here. Add. Delay from 1 to 2. I guess I needed to click that. Oh yeah, I needed to click that. There we go. All right, here's our delay. And let's see. Let's go back to measure. This one. Indicators on. Okay, let's just turn these all off there. There we go. Now we can see what it's doing. All right, so it's taking this edge and monitoring that edge. So it's 61.5 nanoseconds. Let's go to the next tap, which is pin 4. So pin 4, there we go. We've gone to 120 nanoseconds. Pin 10 is this one. 180 nanoseconds, 178.5 maybe. And then pin 6. And pin 6 is 246 nanoseconds. And then there is a pin 8, which is all the way. And yeah, it's wrapping around. So it says 240, but it means it's wrapped all the way around. So it's actually 240 plus 60, so 300. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That is pretty cool stuff. Let's turn these off. So when these were used, a lot of times there was an access time of the RAM. The RAM was much slower than the microprocessor, and you had to delay the read process, make sure the bus was stable before you read them. And so they used these delay lands. And I think these delay lands were also used in the dynamic RAM refreshing circuits and stuff, but I just don't remember. I never used them in any circuits that I built, but I know that there was a lot. And I never built any dynamic RAM circuits. All of my embedded circuits that I did back in the 80s were all static RAM. So I probably ran across them in debugging things like the IMSAI and things, but haven't used them myself. Okay, I got these at Anchor Electronics. They had a bin full of tubes, and it was $1.95 for any tube they had. And I kind of looked through there, and I thought these would be interesting for the channel, so I got them. So that was Chip of the Day. It is a EP8206 TTL delay line.